Hello students, myself Miss Vaishali Dekate. Welcome to my channel. I am teaching you subject Maths 1 Algebra in Standard 10th. This video we will continue chapter number 1 Linear Equations in 2 Variables. We will solve questions from problem set 1. This is part 2 in which we will solve question number 4 and 5. But before that, subscribe my channel by pressing subscribe at right side. Press the bell icon also to get my all videos of standard 10th. So children, let us start problem set 1 part 2 with question number 4. In part 1 we have solved till question number 1, 2 and 3. Now let us solve this question number 4. Find the values of each of the following determinants. We all know how to find the values of determinants. We will have to multiply in cross. So let us solve first one. 4, 2 and 3, 7. So how to write? Determinant D is equal to 4, 2, 3, 7. Let us multiply in cross. 4 into 7. Okay, you can write in the bracket like this also. 4 into 7, then minus 3 into 2. In this way in cross we will have to multiply. 4 7s are 28. 3 2s are 6. So answer is 22. Now let us see what is second determinant. Second is 5 minus 3 and minus 2 minus 1. So it is 5 minus 3 minus 2 minus, plus 1. It is not minus 1, plus 1. So let us solve again. We will have to write determinant D is equal to solution. Write the determinant 5 minus 3 minus 2 plus 1 is equal to cross multiply 5 into 1 minus 3 into minus 2. Multiply 5 ones are 5. Now what will be the sign here? Minus minus plus, and plus into minus will be minus again. 3 2s are 6. Plus 5 minus 6, answer is minus 1. Third one. Given determinant is 3 1 and minus 1 4. Now write the solution. In solution write D is equal to the given determinant 3 1 minus 1 4. Cross multiply 3 into 4 minus this minus 1 into plus 1. So 3 4s are 12, we all know. Minus minus will become plus, 1 1s are 1. So 12 plus 1, 13. So in this way you all can solve this question number 4. Now let us go on question number 5. So question number 5 is solve following equation by Cramer's rule. We have solved in practice set 1.3. So we all know how to solve this. Only we will have to check whether the given equation is in the form ax plus by is equal to c or not. That means x term and y term should be on the left hand side and constant term should be on the right hand side of the equal to sign. And then we can solve by using Cramer's method. So let us solve. In solution, as we can see, first equation is in the proper format of ax plus by is equal to c. So first equation we write as it is. 6x minus 3y is equal to minus 10. This will be our equation number 1. In second equation we can see minus 8 is on the left hand side, so we will have to bring it in on the right hand side, and x and y terms as it is we write on left hand side. So 3x plus 5y and then equal to minus 8. When we bring on right hand side it becomes plus 8. This will be our equation number 2. Now what should be written by using Cramer's rule or Cramer's method? By using Cramer's rule. So for first we have to write determinant D is equal to, what should be written in the determinant D? Determinant D means a1 a2 and b1 b2. We all know this. a1 a2 means coefficient of x. In both these equations, coefficient of x means a1, a2 and coefficients of y means b1, b2. So a1 means 6, a2 means 3, b1 means minus 3 and b2 means plus 5. So always we write the minus sign. If the minus sign is there, we write the coefficient with minus sign. If plus sign is there, we don't write that plus sign, but if minus sign is there, always write it with the minus sign. So let us write a1, a2, b1, b2 means coefficient of x and then coefficients of y. So 6, 3 and minus 3 plus y. Now we will have to solve it by cross multiplication. 6 into 5 minus 3 into plus 3. Solve. 6 5s are 30. Minus will become plus. 3 3s are 9. So d value is 39. Therefore d is equal to, we have got 39. Now let us find out determinant of x, dx. What is dx? In dx we all know, in dx we write first constant terms c1, c2, these constant terms which are on the right hand side of equal to sign, and then we write coefficients of y, which is b1, b2, b1, b2. We don't write coefficient of x in dx, we all know that. So constant term and coefficients of y we have to write here. Constant terms are minus 10 and 8 and coefficients of y are minus 3, minus 5. Minus 3 plus 5, not minus 5. Now we will have to cross multiply. So we will be getting minus 10 into 5, minus sign is there, minus 3 into 8. Minus 10 into 5 will be minus 50. Minus sign will become plus. 8 3s are 24. So minus 50 plus 24, sign will be minus, bigger number sign, and the answer is 26, and therefore dx is equal to 26. So in this way dx also we have got. Now what should be done? Next step, we will have to find the value of dy, that means determinant of y. In determinant of y, how to write? Determinant of y means coefficients of x, that means a1, a2 and constant terms, that means c1, c2. We don't write coefficients of y in dy. a1, a2 and c1, c2, in this way we will write. So a1, a2 means 6 and 3. Coefficients of x are 6 and 3. c1, c2 means constant terms, minus 10 plus 8. Cross multiply, we get 6 into 8 minus 10 into 3. 6 into 8 is 48. Minus becomes plus. 10 3s are 30. So answer is 78. So in this way we have got dy also. So dy is equal to 78. Now as we will have to solve this sum, that means we will have to get the values of x and y. So for getting the values of x and y, what should be done? I will do here, as I have shown this rough work here. So I will be doing here. Therefore x is equal to, formula is x is equal to dx upon d. Dx value we have got 26 upon d is 39. Now let us reduce, if possible we will have to reduce the fraction. By which number we can divide both these numbers? 26 and 39, both the numbers are divisible by 13. They are in the table of 13. So 13 2s are 26, 13 3s are 39, and therefore x is equal to 2 upon 3. Now let us get the value for y. Y is equal to dy upon d. Y formula is dy upon d. dy is 78 and d is 39. Again both these numbers are divisible by 13. 39 is divisible by 13, correct, and 78 is also in the table of 13. 13 6 are 13 3s are. Again 6 and 3 are divisible by 3, 3 1s are and 3 2s are. So we are getting answer as 2. Okay, first we have cancelled both the numbers by 13, 13 3s are 39, 13 6 are 78. So 6 and 3 can also be reduced. So if it is possible to reduce, you have to reduce, keep on reducing. So 3 1s are 3 and 3 2s are 6. So we have got 2 upon 1, 2 upon 1 means 2. That's why y is equal to 2. Here in this fraction it was not possible to reduce. 2 and 3 are not divisible by any other number. So that's why we will have to keep this 2 upon 3 as it is. But here 6 upon 3 cannot be kept as it is because they can be divisible by 3. So in this way we have got the solution. And therefore we can write solution solution we can write in bracket xy also, or you can write x is equal to 2 upon 3 and y is equal to 2, or in bracket also we can write xy means 2 upon 3 and 2. One mistake we did here. Here it was minus 26, so it should be written as minus 26. So here the sign should be minus. Here also sign should be minus. So x value we are getting minus 2 upon 3. See children, while writing the sign, be very careful. So dx value is minus 26. So we have to put minus 26 here. Answer will be minus 2 upon 3. And therefore x value is minus 2 upon 3. So in this way, be very careful while writing the values. If minus sign is there, it is very important to write the minus sign. So this sum is over. Let us go on next sum. Now let us solve this second sum. 4m minus 2n is equal to minus 4 and 4m plus 3n is equal to 16. In place of x and y, we are having the variables m and n, but they are in this proper format, ax plus by is equal to c. That means variable terms on the left hand side and constant terms on the right hand side in both these equations. So we don't require to make any changes in any one of the equations. We can directly apply the Cramer's rule. So let us see. We have to write equation 1 and 2 as given equations, and then we directly write by using Cramer's rule or by using Cramer's method. You can write anything by using Cramer's rule. First we will have to find out determinant d. In determinant d we will have to write the coefficients of the variables. Coefficients of first variable, that is m, are 4. Coefficient of second variable, that is n, are minus 2 plus 3. Now cross multiply 4 into 3, minus sign, then minus 2 into 4, minus 2 multiply by 4. 4 3s are 12, minus minus will become plus, 2 4s are 8. 12 plus 8 is 20, we all know, and therefore d value we have got 20. Every time write these values properly, put inside the box, so it will enhance your presentation. Now let us find out dm. Okay, we should not write dx now because the variables are m and n, so that's why we have to write dm. How to write dm? We have to first write the coefficients, sorry, not coefficients, we have to first write the constants, that is minus 4, 16, and then we have to write the coefficients of n. As we have to find dm, so we should not write coefficients of m, we will have to write coefficients of n. So write it minus 2 plus 3. Again cross multiply, it will be minus 4 into 3 minus 2 into 16. 4 3s are 12, so it is minus 12, minus minus plus, 16 2s are 32, correct? So minus 12 plus 32 will be 20. Is it correct? Yes, because plus minus minus and sign of bigger number, so it will be 20, and therefore dm is equal to 20. Now let us find out dn. I will write on this side of my page. So I will have to make the partition of my page. Yes. Now let us see, we will have to find out dn. dn means what? Coefficients of m and constant term. So coefficients of m are 4, 4 and constant terms are minus 4 and plus 16. Now cross multiply 4 into 16 minus 4 into plus 4. So 16 4s are 64, minus plus 4 4s are 16, correct? So it will be 64 plus 16 is 80. Therefore dn is equal to 80. Now what we will have to find out? We will have to find out the values of variables from the equation. Variables are m and n. That means we will have to find out the values of m and n. So now m is equal to what we will get? dm upon d. As dx means what? As x means what? dx upon d. Similarly m means what? dm upon d. So dm is 20. Okay, and d is also 20. So 20 upon 20 will be 1. Therefore m is equal to 1. Now let us find out n. As y means dy upon d, similarly n means what? dn upon d. dn is 80 upon d is 20. 21s are 20, 24s are 80. 4 upon 1 means 4 only, and therefore n is equal to 4. So in this way we have got the values of variables from the equation. That means what? We have got our solution. Therefore solution m n, values of variables are 1 4. Next question. See, this is next question which I am showing you here. 3x minus 2y is equal to 5 upon 2 and 1 upon 3x plus 3y is equal to minus 4 upon 3. See children, in both these equations we can see fractions. You can solve by keeping this fraction as it is. That means constant term 5 upon 2. Here the coefficient of x as 1 upon 3 and constant term as minus 4 upon 3. It is in the proper format. It is in the format of ax plus by is equal to c. That means x and y terms on the left hand side and constant terms on the right hand side. But there are fractions. So when the fractions are there, it becomes little difficult to solve the sum and it is little time consuming. It takes more time. So instead of that, if you remove the fractions, it will become easy. If you want, you can keep the fractions as it is and then solve also. But I advise you all to remove the fractions from the equations and then solve. So how to remove the fraction? From first equation we can see 2 is there in the denominator. So if you multiply by 2 throughout the equation, this 2 will be removed. In second equation we can see 3 is there in the denominator. In coefficient of x also 3 is there in the denominator, and in constant term also 3 is there in the denominator. So if you multiply this second equation by 3, then this 3 will be removed from the denominator and you will be getting the coefficients which will not be the fractions. So let us do that and then we will solve by using Cramer's rule. So first equation is 3x minus 2y is equal to 5 upon 2. As I have told you, 2 is there in the denominator. So let us multiply by 2. 2 into 3x minus 2 into 2y is equal to 2 into 5 upon 2. So 2 3s are 6x, 2 2s are 4y is equal to this 2 cancelled and we are getting 5. So in this way the fraction is removed. That means the number which were in the denominator is removed. So this is one equation number. Now let us write this second one. 1 upon 3x plus 3y is equal to minus 4 upon 3. So as I have told you, 3 is there in the denominator. So let us multiply by 3. 3 multiply by 1 upon 3x plus 3 multiply by 3y is equal to 3 multiply by minus 4 upon 3. So here 3 cancelled, 1 into x will be x only. 3 3s are 9y. Here 3 cancelled, it will be minus 4. So this will be our equation number 2. Now you can see equation 1 and 2 we are getting in proper format, and then we can use Cramer's rule. So using Cramer's rule now. First we have to find d. D means coefficients of x and then coefficients of y. Here coefficient of x is 6, here coefficient of x is 1. Nothing is there means always 1 is there. So 6, 1. Here coefficient of y is minus 4, here coefficient of y is plus 9. Minus 4 plus 9. Cross multiply. 6 into 9 minus 4 into 1. 9 6 are 54, minus plus 4 1s are 4. So 54 plus 4 is 58, and therefore d is equal to, we have got 58. Now let us find out dx. Dx means what? Constant terms and coefficients of y. Constant terms are 5 and minus 4. So 5 minus 4, and coefficients of y. Here minus 4 is there, here plus 9 is there. Minus 4 plus 9. Cross multiply. 5 into 9 minus 4 into minus 4. Minus 4 into minus 4. So let us solve. 5 9s are 45. Minus plus into minus. 4 4s are 16. 45 minus 16 will be 29. Am I correct? So dx is 29. Let us find out dy now. Dy means we all know coefficients of x. Here 6 is there, here 1 is there. So 6 1, and constant terms 5 4. 5 and minus 4, not only 4, it is minus 4. So 6 multiply by minus 4 minus 5 into 1. Multiply. Minus plus will become minus. Sign. 6 4s are 24. 5 1s are 5. It will be minus 29. Minus plus. Sign of both the numbers are minus, so that's why sign will be minus. Now dy we have got minus 29. After getting d, dx and dy, what should be done? We will have to get the values of variables from the equation. So x is equal to dx upon d. Dx is 29, d is 58. 29 1s are 29, 29 2s are 58. So it is 1 upon 2. X is equal to 1 upon 2. Now what is y? Y will be equal to dy upon d. Dy is minus 29. D is 58. Again 29 1s are 29. 29 2s are 58. But minus sign is there. So it will be minus 1 upon 2. Hence the solution is 1 upon 2 minus 1 upon 2. Fourth sum, 7x plus 3y is equal to 15 and 12y minus 5x is equal to 39. In first equation, x term is first term and y term is second term. In second equation, y term is first term and x term is second term. So always see that in both these equations, first term should be of same variables and second term should be also of same variable. It is not compulsory which term should be the first term and which variable term should be the second term. Any variable term should be the first term and other variable term can be the second term. But it is very important both the equations should have first term of same variables and second term also of same variables. So here we can see x term is the first term and here we can see y term is the first term. So here we will have to exchange and then we will have to write equation number 2. So let us do it. First equation we write as it is, 7x plus 3y is equal to 15. This will be our equation number 1. And equation number 2, we write 12y minus 5x is equal to 39, means what? Minus 5x we write first term plus 12y as the second term is equal to 39 and then write it as equation number 2. If you want, you can change the sign of equation throughout the equation. So first term will be having plus sign, otherwise keep it as it is. It will not make any difference. Now as both the equations are having first term as x term, second term as y terms and third is constant term, we can apply the Cramer's rule. So by using Cramer's rule, first we will have to find D. Determinant D means coefficients of x and then coefficients of y. X coefficients are 7 and minus 5. 7 minus 5. Coefficients of y are 3, 12. Cross multiply. We get 7 into 5 minus 3 into minus 5. This 3 into minus 5. So 7 12s are 84, we all know. Minus minus plus. 3 5s are 15. 84 plus 15 is 99 and therefore D is equal to 99. We get the value of first determinant. Second determinant is determinant of x, dx. So dx, how we get? Constant terms, that is 15, 39 and coefficients of y term. We don't write coefficient of x because we have to write dx. That's why we have to write coefficients of y, that is 3 and plus 12. Is equal to cross multiply 15 into 12 minus 3 into 39. 15 into 12 is 180. 3 into 39. 3 9s are 27. 2 carrying 3 3s are 9 plus 2 is 11. So 180 minus 117. What will be the answer? It will be 63. Correct? And then therefore dx is equal to 63. So we have got d dx. Now what should be what should be the next step? We will have to get dy value. Let me do the partition. Now here dy we will solve. Dy means what? Coefficients of x and constant term. That means 7 minus 5 and constant terms are 15, 39. Cross multiply 7 into 39 minus 15 into minus 5. 7 into 39 multiply. 9 7s are 63. 3 written 6 carrying. 7 3s are 21. 21 plus 6 is 27. Okay. Minus minus plus. 15 5s are 75. 273 plus 75. 3 plus 5 is 8. 7 plus 7 14. 4 written 1 carrying. 2 plus 1 is 3. 348. So dy is equal to 348 we are getting. Now after getting d, dx and dy, what should be done? Next step is we have to find the values of variables from the equation x. X is equal to dx upon d. This is the formula for x. So dx is 63 upon D is 99, by which number we can see this, both the numbers are divisible. 9 na, 9 sevens are 63, 9 ones are 9, 9 ones are 9, so we got 7 upon 11. This 7 upon 11 is not divisible by any other number. Again, they both are prime numbers, so that means the answer is 7 upon 11. This fraction is not reducible. X is equal to 7 upon 11. We have got the value for first variable. Now let us get y is equal to, in few steps in the beginning we will have to put this therefore sign. Okay, so y is equal to dy upon d. Dy is 348 upon d is 99, by which number both these numbers are divisible. I think they are divisible by 3. Okay, 3 3s are 9, 3 3s are 9, 3 1s are 3, then 3 1s are 3, 4 minus 3 1 remaining, this 8 means 18, 3 6 are 18, so we have got 116 upon 33. Now both these numbers are not divisible by any other common number. Okay, they don't divisible by common number, so the answer is therefore y is equal to 116 upon 33. So in this way we have got the solution x and y. Solution xy is equal to 7 upon 11, 116 upon 33. Now let us see this last sum. We can see that there are three expressions which are equal to each other. In this question, the equations are not in this format. That means we are not having simultaneous equations, or we are not having two linear equations in two variables. Instead of that, we are given three expressions. First expression is equal to second expression is equal to third expression. So three expressions are given, algebraic expressions are there, and we will have to solve this by applying Cramer's rule. So as we have to solve by applying Cramer's rule, the expression should be converted into simultaneous equation. Unless and until we convert it into simultaneous equation, it is not possible to apply Cramer's rule. For the application of Cramer's rule, this equation should be converted into the format of x plus by is equal to c. So let us see how to convert them into the format, and then we can solve by applying Cramer's method. So let us solve. How to solve? As all three expressions are equal with each other, we will take first two expressions first. X plus y minus 8 upon 2 is equal to x plus 2y minus 14 upon 3. We all know when two expressions are equal in such manner, we can solve them by cross multiplication. So let us cross multiply. That means 3 into x plus y minus 8 equals to 2 into x plus 2y minus 14. Now multiply by 3 to the brackets, that means the terms inside the bracket. So 3 into x will be 3x plus 3 into y will be 3y, minus sign is there, 3 8s are 24 is equal to, multiply by 2 to the terms inside the bracket. 2 into x is 2x plus 2 into 2y, 2 2s are 4, 4y, minus sign is there, put minus sign, 14 2s are 28. Now we can see x term, y terms and constant terms are there. So all the x and y terms should be brought to the left hand side, and all the constant terms should be transferred on the right hand side. So let us see this 3x as it is I am writing, and this plus 2x I will transfer, it becomes minus 2x. Okay, plus 2x, when we transfer from left to right it becomes plus 2x. Now plus 3y is already there on the left hand side, so write as it is 3y, and plus 4y I will be transferring, it becomes minus 4y. So all x terms and y terms are written on the left hand side. Now what should be written on right hand side? Right hand side there should be constant. So we can see minus 28 is already on the right hand side. So we should write minus 28 first, and then we can transfer this minus 24 from left to right. So it becomes plus 24. So in this way we will have to transfer x and y terms on the left hand side and constant terms on the right hand side. We all know, we have been studying this from 7th standard, 8th standard, that constant term should be brought on the right hand side and all the variable terms should be brought on the left hand side. So in this way we can transfer all the terms. Now let us see this 3x minus 2x. Both terms are same variable terms, they can be subtracted. So 3x minus 2x means 1x, that means only x. Now plus 3y minus 4y, plus minus will become minus sign of bigger number. Bigger number is minus 4. So we will have to put minus sign. 3 minus 4, that means 4 minus 3 will be 1. 1y is equal to minus 28 plus 24, plus minus minus and sign of bigger number. Bigger number is 28, so answer will have minus sign. 28 minus 24 will be 4. So now you can see we have got this equation number 1. I will be writing the equation again, so it will be easy to recognize the equation properly. This is our equation number 1. So in this way we have got equation number 1, which is the linear equation into two variable, so that we can solve it by applying Cramer's rule. So as we have got equation number 1, we will have to get equation number 2 also. So how to get equation number 2? As for the formation of equation number 1, we have considered this first and second expression. For the formation of equation number 2, we can consider second and third also, or we can consider first and third. Either you can consider second and third, or you can consider first and third. I will be considering first and third expression, and I will form equation number 2. So let us consider first expression is x plus y minus 8 upon 2. Why we can consider this first and third? Because you can see they are they looks easy to convert. This is bigger one, so if you consider first and third, it will be convenient. So it will be equal to 3x minus y upon 4. Now solve by cross multiplication. So we write it as 4 into x plus y minus 8 is equal to 2 into 3x minus y. 4 into x is, you can put therefore sign everywhere here. Okay. 4 into x is 4x, plus 4 into y is 4y, minus sign is there. 8 4s are 32, correct? Then 2 into 3 is 6x, minus sign is there. 2 into y is 2y. Now what we have to do? We have to transfer this x and y terms on the left hand side. So 4x as it is I write, which is on the right hand side. This plus 6x we transfer, it becomes minus 6x. Then again plus 4y is there, right as it is. And then this minus 2y transfer, it becomes plus 2y, equal to minus 32 constant term transfer on the right hand side, it becomes plus 32. Now same terms we can add and subtract. Plus 4x minus 6x, plus minus will become minus sign of bigger number, so it will be minus 2x. 4 plus 2 is 6x. 6y, not x, it is y. Okay. So I can write here 6y and then equal to 32. Now see children, we can see that all these terms are divisible by 2. So if you want, you can divide by 2 or keep as it is, it doesn't make any difference. I am going to divide by 2. So it will be, I will be dividing by minus 2. Okay. So minus 2x upon minus 2 plus 6y upon minus 2 and 32 upon minus 2. So this minus 2 cancel, I get plus x, plus minus minus sign, 2 3s are 6, so I get 3y is equal to plus minus minus sign 16. Okay, so this is my equation number 2. X minus 3y is equal to minus 16 is my equation number 2. So in this way I have got this equation 1 and 2 from these three given expressions. Now we can solve by applying Cramer's rule. Now it has become easy to apply Cramer's rule. Yes, so by using Cramer's rule, use Cramer's rule. First we have to find D. D means A1, A2, B1, B2. A1, A2 means coefficients of x and B1, B2 means coefficients of y. Here coefficient of x is 1. Here also coefficient of x is 1. 1, 1. Then we will have to write coefficient of y. Here coefficient of y is minus 1. Here coefficient of y is minus 3. So minus 1, minus 3. Cross multiply. 1 into minus 3 minus 1 into 1. So 1 into minus 3 is minus 3. Minus minus plus 1 ones are 1. Minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2. Correct? So D is equal to minus 2. We have got determinant D value. Dx is equal to, dx means constant terms. First we have to write constants are minus 4 and minus 16. So we will be writing minus 4 minus 16, and then we will have to write the coefficients of y. It is minus 1 here and minus 3 here. Minus 1 minus 3. Now cross multiply. It will be minus 4 into minus 3 minus 1 into minus 16. Okay, so now multiply. Minus minus plus, 4 3s are 12. Minus minus plus, plus into minus minus, 16 ones are 16. 12 minus 16 will be minus 4. So dx is minus 4. Now we will have to get dy. So dy means what? X coefficients which are 1 here, and we will have to write the constants. Constants are minus 4 and minus 16. Now cross multiply. It will be 1 into minus 16 minus 4 into 1. So it will be minus 16. Minus minus plus, 4 ones are 4. Minus 16 plus 4 will be minus 12. So dy is minus 12. So in this way we have got all three values, d, dx and dy. Now let us get, now x is equal to dx upon d. Dx we have got minus 4 upon d is minus 2. Minus minus cancel, 2 2s are 4. Therefore x is equal to 2. Now get y, that is dy upon d, which is equal to minus 12 upon minus 2. Again minus minus cancel, we get 2 6 are 12. Therefore y is equal to 6, and therefore hence the solution is, I will be writing here, little place is over there. Solution xy is equal to 2 6. So in this way, when in such a format the equation is given in the format of expressions, 3 equal expressions, we have to form these two equations, linear equations in two variables, by using first and second expression and then first and third expression. You can use any two expressions to get these two linear equations in two variable, and then we can apply the Cramer's rule as usual to solve our sum. So here in this video we have solved question number 4 and 5. This is part 2 of problem set 1. In part 3 we will solve the next question. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.